everybody, it's Holly, and thank you so much for joining me again today on Smile by Holly. So hey, look, I've got my 64-ounce Diet Coke and I am ready to craft. How about you guys? So what's your beverage of choice? I mean, I feel like I go to 7-Eleven probably 2 to 3 times a day and fill up my 64-ounce cup. Love my Diet Coke, but I definitely need that when I'm crafting. Are you guys like that? Do you need like your coffee or your jug of water? Anyway, my drink of choice is Diet Coke, and it's doing me good today. So let's get started crafting. So I've got this super cute card. Okay, are you guys ready? Hold on to your seats because look how fun this is. Boop, it pops up. It's called like a triple pop-up, and I just think that is so cute, that little mechanism. It looks difficult, but it is not. Look, I could just play with this for days. So this is what we're going to make today. So get your crafting supplies and let's get started. So I first wanted to let you know that I got this idea from Paul Ford, and he is an amazing paper crafter. And I saw this video that he had done and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to make that. So I will leave a link down below for his channel. He's got some really great ideas. So let's get started and I'll tell you the sizes of paper that you will want. Okay, to start out for your base, you want base card 10 by 7, okay? Then now you could certainly use colored cardstock or double-sided paper. I am just going to be lining the inside of my card with some colored cardstock, but you could certainly do pattern paper, or if you wanted your base just to be a double side, you wouldn't even need this. But if you are going to layer some cardstock or pattern paper on top, these pieces are 6 3/4 by 6 3/4 by 4 3/4, and that's going to be our insides of our card. Okay, so now you are going to need one piece of paper that is 9 by 1 1/4, and you will need one piece of paper that is 1 by 4 1/4. Okay. And then I'm also got a piece that is the same size as my yellow. This is going to be for our front cover. So once again, it's 6 3/4 by 4 3/4. So you could even make an extra one and put it on the back of the card. So whatever, but this is just going to layer perfectly. So there's a tiny little border. Okay, so let's get started. Go ahead and bring in your scoreboard. Now, you can do whichever way you want. You can fold your paper in half, or you can score it at 5. So whatever you want to do. We'll just score while we're doing that, and we'll fold that in half, okay? Now let's take our 2 strips of paper. This was the one that was 9 by 1 1/4. Okay, on the 9-inch side, you want to score it at 1, at 4, at 5, and at 8, okay? 1, 4, 5, and 8. So now take your piece of paper that is 1 by 4 1/4, and you want to make a little mark at 1, and then a little mark at 2, okay? What you want to do is you want to put the corner of your paper on the very last channel of your scoreboard, and then line up that first little dot. That was our 1-inch dot. Line it up in a channel, and I just usually go to the very end. I find it's easier. And you're going from the tip of the corner to the 1-inch mark. Okay, does that make sense? Now we're going to go from the tip of this corner, okay, right here, to the 2-inch mark. Okay, so I'm going to put that tip right in a channel, and then line up my 2-inch dot and score down. So basically we are just making a triangle. Do you see that? Okay, so now I'm going to bring my base in, and I'm going to put the covers on the inside and the cover on the outside. Let's get those all put in place to start out, okay? So this is going to be my outer cover. So tell me, how are you guys doing? Can I just tell you, so it is a beautiful day and I have spring fever so bad. It always happens. Like I get to like February, March, April, and I am literally just dying for warmer weather, but it is beautiful. The weather gods have been good to me and I'm loving it. It's just a beautiful spring day. And so I thought these colors just kind of said spring. Okay, so that's on our front cover. And now I'm going to layer these on my inside. Now with this one, I just did 2 different colors, but you know, feel free to do whatever. Use pattern paper, use, you know, you could leave it white, you could leave it just whatever. Okay, so let's layer these on. I'm feeling the caffeine going through my bloodstream and it feels good. Okay, so once again, you just want to make it so you have a nice, what is that? A little border all the way around, okay? I'm running out of glue, so hopefully I can get through this project. Okay. So I have a little confession. I tried really hard at the beginning of this year. I was going to do a no-buy year, and my no-buy, I was just going to try to use all my supplies, and it was a real goal. But like, I think it was only 2 or 3 weeks in, my no-buy turned into a low-buy. And now I think even my low-buy is off the table. And you guys, I wanted to do it so bad, but I have this horrible addiction to paper and all things crafting, and I just, when I see it, I feel like I need to get it, because if I don't get it then, it might be gone. So dang it. Maybe we'll try that next year. I am still going to try to be really careful with what I buy though. Okay, so here was our little tiny rectangle. We're going to fold this down, and we're going to fold this one down. You see how that kind of makes a little triangle with a tail. Okay, let me show you again. Fold that one under and that one under. Now, this is what I have found works the best, is you want to go from 4 inches on the bottom to about 1, and I'm just going to make a super teeny tiny dot. That is where I am going to line up my triangle, is right about there. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to put some glue, or I think red line tape would be really good for this, because it's a mechanism, you really want it to stick. But right now I'm just going to use glue. So I've got that on that first little part. Now I'm going to layer this down to where that point is right on my score line. Okay, so that's folded under. It had the glue on it, and you just want to make sure that this is straight. Okay, now we just have glue on that tiny part. See how that's popping up? Okay, and I am going to crease that down a little bit. And then make sure, I'm going to open this up, and I want to make sure that this lines up with my center mark, and it looks like that is pretty good. And then I'll put it back up. Okay. So now let's take our long piece of paper. Okay, this was the 9 by 1 1/4, and just fold on those 4 score lines. And this is going to turn into a little rectangle box. Okay, so I'm just going to add some glue on here. And close that together, and that makes our little box. Okay, now take your box, and you see there's the little 1 inch mark right there. We are going to fold it so that that is on the back side. Okay, so here's our little box. You could go like this, but we are going to fold it so that score line is tucked underneath. Okay, and what I'm going to do now is I want to layer this on my little mechanism. And I want to add another little dot because I don't want glue to go past that dot. That's really hard to see. Let me make it bigger. You're going to cover this with paper. So what I did is I just laid this on top of that, and I made a little dot because you don't want glue above that. Now I'm going to put glue from there down, and we're just going to layer this on so the corners all match up. You see how that works? And you can pull it down like this and make sure that this is all good. Okay, I hope I haven't lost you. So this is what we're looking at. And I'm laying this down just to make sure this is all lining up with my seam, and it does, so good. Now, we need to do a few more elements. You will want 3 pieces of paper that are 3 by 3 squared, okay? And then you could put cute little embellishments on these. I've just cut some paper down and just slightly smaller. So these little inside papers, instead of 3 by 3, they're 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. That's going to give us just a nice little border. Okay, so 3 of those. And I have already got my paper cut, and I'm just going to layer, look at this cute little paper on these. So many fun things that you could make pop up. Okay, let me get that centered. Okay, so there is one, and I'm just layering this on my base cardstock. And here is our second one. And then here is our third one. So you have 3 3 by 3s. That's easy to remember. 3 3 by 3s. Okay. Now, figure out how you want them. I don't think it really matters. I think we'll go like that. Okay. So take your first one, and you want to line it up so it touches the very bottom of this, okay? Now make sure it gets centered so you have equal amounts on both sides here and here, okay? And let's put some glue on it and glue it down. This one gets glued right down to the base of the card. Okay, I'm just going to line it up so it's kind of centered, but all the way up to the top of that little mechanism. And it looks like, let me scoot it over a little bit. That's even. Okay, you see how we have it? That's down, and this is at the very top. Now, we'll take our second one, and we are going to put glue. There's the score line right here. We want to put glue from the score line down to the bottom, leaving this little 1-inch square there. Okay, so from the score line all the way down, and line it up centered. What I like to do is kind of put my 3 by 3 square so it kind of touches right here, and then lay it down. And that should fit just perfectly on up to that score line. Okay, so I'm just going to lay it down so it all lines up. I'm making sure that this is lined up and this is lined up. Now that leaves us with this little 1-inch square. We're just going to put glue on that 1-inch square. Oh, I'm so excited. Don't you think this is cute? Line up the very bottom and then push that down. I'm going to go ahead and put my paper over here and kind of push down on it. I hope you're following me. Last thing I wanted to do was lose you in this process. Okay, so as you can see, we've got everything moving right along. Now, this is just flippy flappy loose. We do want to put glue on this 1-inch square on the back. So not the big rectangle, but this little teeny tiny square. I believe it's just a 1 by 1. Make sure, lay that back down so it's exactly even with the base of your first little 3 by 3 square. And let's go ahead and push that down. Okay, so I'm just going to let that dry before I play with it. Let's go ahead. I would love to put some stickers on here. So what do I want? I'm playing with Doodlebug today. I think this is Fairy Garden. Or it's a mix. Yeah, so cute. I think we'll put Hello Friend right there. And what else? Maybe Have a Magical Day. Now, you can see my little marks. And so if you're doing it, just do it with pencil. It's gonna be okay because I'm just trying to show everything for you. But you could also cut a little triangle out and cover that up, maybe with some pattern paper or something. Okay, so let's pull this in. Now what happens is as you work this, it gets easier and easier. So kind of play around with that and do it a couple times. I'm just gonna come in and kind of crease all that, and boom. Is that so cute? Oh my gosh, I could play with it forever. So fun. Pop. Okay, let's go ahead and just do a little decorating on the front. I think that's cute. Look at that. You brighten my day. I really love Doodlebug. So bright and cheery and happy and fun and all those good things. Oh yeah, that's cute. Now, what do we need? We need a bow. Bring in my bow box. What do we want? Ooh, orange would be, oh yeah, I like the orange. Well, let's see. Do we want big or do we want little? I think little. Okay, tons of bows. Get a little bit of glue on here. And I will probably go through and put some bling on here. I always like to add a little center bling, but oh my goodness, that is so cute. That is so cute. Yeah, I do think I'm going to need to cover that because I had made that marker. I might just do that right now. So just going to bring in my paper. I'm going to kind of eyeball this best I can. Boy, that pen does not work. Okay, let's see how close we can come by just guessing. I might be totally off. Oh, that was not bad at all. Okay. Yeah, we'll just layer that on there because that marker was making me crazy. Making me crazy. Okay, we'll just cover that little marker up. You could even cover this other little piece too. There's so many ways. I love crafting because there's no one right way. In fact, I think we need a little something right there. How about, oh, I think that would be cute. Put that cute little heart there and maybe a star and a star there. Okay, and like I say, do this a couple times and kind of crease this. It'll make it so that your card, you're kind of like training your paper. Does that make sense? So let's bring our other one in. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Look how cute those are. Okay, let's open them up together. Boo, and they pop open. What do you guys think? Is that so fun? Oh my gosh, the bright colors are just killing me. I love it, I love it, I love it. Anyway, and then we'll close it. Whoop. Oh, my bow fell off. I hate it when you lose your bow. Anyway, so I hope you guys got some value out of this project. Once again, I will leave Paul Ford's information down below. He's got a really fun channel, so check him out. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I do have a Facebook group. It's called Smile by Holly, go figure, but it's the group. I also have a Facebook page, but go in and join my Facebook group and then share all the fun things that you're making. You know, I have so many people that are saying, oh, I'm making this or I'm making this. Well, my Facebook group is a great place where we can all support each other and more importantly, show each other what we're making. So if you make these cards, go ahead and post them in the Facebook group. I would love to see what you're making, and I'm sure everybody else would. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a fun crafting day, and I'll see you guys on the next video.